Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. We appreciate you tuning in. We often try to have fun on the show. We try to bring you, the best news and entertainment we can find on a day-to-day basis. But that, look, we're human beings, and sometimes things don't go according to plan. If you've been on the internet, you know what we're talking about. There's been a lot of controversy about it, particularly on X is where I've seen it the most, but it's really been everywhere. And I think it's important for us to address it kind of head on here at the top of the show. It has to do with something that happened on a previous episode last Thursday. Let me show it to you.
Thank you so much for talking to me, you guys. Yes, thank you.
I absolutely love these videos.
I'm just glad. I always thought Long Duck Dong had lived here, but
no, apparently not.
Yes, he's back. He hasn't aged a bit since Pretty in Pink. Okay, well, I'd like to point out that this is Ducky in Pretty in Pink. And this is Long Duck Dong in 16 Candles. If we could do a side by side.
Those are not the same person, Dave.
No, they're not. I said the wrong John Hughes movie, and I would like to apologize to the entire John Cryer fan base, who is obviously everyone, but more importantly, the entire Dong family, the entire Dong dynasty. I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I did not. We're all human, and we make mistakes, but some wounds don't always close,
It's nicely put, Dave.
Yeah, and I hope that one day yours will heal. Hopefully that will stand the test of time. I'm very sorry.
I think this was an important part of the healing process, Dave, what you've just done.
Thank you.
And, we don't know what the consequences will be at a network level yet. But we hope that both the Blaze, YouTube, all of the large tech companies that will carry content on the show will understand that these things do happen. It was not done with any malintent on your part, and that we can make it through this, and we can just all move on together in the best possible spirit that we saw celebrated at the World Cup.
We did, and I've lost my parking spot. I do have another meeting today, and we did lose a sponsor. So I just want to apologize again to them and the family of Dongs.
All right, let's just move on, and let's do the left's reflection on the reflecting pool.
I reflected.
Welcome to Stu and Dave Do America. I'm Stu Burguiere along with Dave Landau.
Ahoy, and we meet again.
We do. Dave, you were, was it this past weekend? You're right, in Austin.
No, this weekend.
It's this coming weekend?
Yes, this weekend I will be at the Mothership.
Oh, gosh.
Yes, in Austin, Texas. And then you can check me out, Huntsville, Alabama, Levity Live, that's July 10 and 11, as well as Springfield, Missouri, July 17 and 18. You can get every date I have at davelandau.com. What about you?
That's where you get your tickets too, by the way. Don't forget to pick those up. Also, Predictable with Stu, a new episode happening today. We're going to preview tomorrow's election, which is another primary set of elections. We'll have live streams going on that day as well, and a little NBA draft preview as well, which is there's lots of fun stuff on the prediction markets about the NBA draft, so make sure to check that out, Dave. And of course, we always remind you to join BlazeTV. It's a great family. We've got a lot of great shows here, lots of great things going on, so please join us, blazetv.com/Stu and Dave. The code would be Stu and Dave. Conveniently for you, you'll save $20 off that subscription to Blaze TV.
How was your Father's Day?
My Father's Day was wonderful. How about yours, Dave?
Well, my dad's dead. Thanks for bringing that up.
Well, so is mine. So I don't think...
Great. I went to the cemetery with cake.
Don't try to deflect what happened with your Long Duck Dong situation.
I want you to apologize for something. No, it was great. I didn't do anything.
Yeah, I didn't
had
do
a
much
whole
either.
weekend of. I took my son to see the Savannah Bananas on Friday.
That's awesome.
It was incredible. Have you been?
I have not actually seen
it's
them
great.
live, but I love my son follows Coach Rack.
Yeah.
Loves Coach Rack. So yeah,
It's amazing. We got to go down to the field and meet the players and
wow.
stuff. It was great.
Oh, wow.
And they played the Clowns, which is actually a Negro league that like Hank Aaron played for.
Oh, wow.
And it was incredible. And then it's like baseball without all the crap that we have to deal with baseball.
Yeah.
And then we went and saw Paul Simon, my wife and I, for like my
This
son.
isn't doing nothing, Dave. This is an incredible weekend. What are you talking about?
It was like I've seen him 12 times. It's a lot different than the 90s when you're high, but it was still and he's also 84, but it was still very good. He played Sound of Silence as a solo, and it was good. It
very
was really
cool.
good.
I do feel
Pretty
like,
sure he's not going to make it to next year.
yeah.
If you want to put that in your prediction show.
I don't know if there's a death market on Paul
You
Simon.
should absolutely do a death pool. But it was good. What did you do?
Well, first of all, let me just point out that I have hit that point with several artists now where it's just it's now feels uncomfortable to see them live. Some of my favorite artists from back in the day.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to leave them nameless just because it's just I love their work and there's no reason to bring up that they just look like trash at this point, which we all do, right? We all get older.
Yeah.
This happens. At some point, though, like as a news broadcaster, even as a comedian, I think you can get old and wrinkly and fat and it all works. Like, especially.
Yeah, he sounded great.
Yeah. With a performer, though, like a musician, there's something about the style and the vibe of it. And when it looks like they're in the middle of a long note and they like hurt their back, they throw their back out in the middle and they're walking around like this trying to sing the songs. And like it takes me out of the moment a little bit, Dave.
A little bit when, yes, their acoustic guitar looks like it's hurting them.
Yes.
And you can tell they can only play for about 12 seconds because of the arthritis. You can hear bones cracking.
Right.
Like it's dry pasta.
And they have, yes. And then they have those things where the big long high notes they used to hit all the time come up and they like bring the mic closely to them. They go like this and they go, and like the mic doesn't pick it up anymore. And the crowd's kind of more in there. They have all those little tricks they do.
It helps.
It helps, but it's just a little sad.
Yeah, it is. But it was still good. I mean, for an 84-year-old man, it was impressive.
Yes.
And I mean, I think he got in trouble too for like hitting his spouse 10 years ago.
Really?
And I was thinking like, wow, that isn't, I don't remember exactly what it was, but to be that frail and short and still be able to slap a woman around, it's impressive.
Is that the word you want to use to describe it? Is it impressive?
It's
because he's a little man, right?
He's always been small. Mm-hmm. So you would have never, even
standing,
in his prime, you don't think that he'd strike a lady.
Well, yeah, because I don't think he'd have that sort of like elevation on his vertical. He wouldn't be able to jump up
Yeah,
that
would
high.
still take the ability. He'd still have to get a little step stool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be kind of like when Elf got attacked in the boardroom when he ran across the table, the little person ran across the table and jumped on him. You'd almost need that scenario.
Yeah, it would be a Dinklage moment.
Yeah. So good old Peter Dinklage, the one guy we all know who is that height.
Well, he's the one guy
he's
we
the
all
one in the
know
Elf.
because he's the guy who took all the roles and then demanded that the door close, but the very small door be shut behind him.
The doggy door? Yes. The doggy door's right behind him. That was, you asked, what were we talking about? Oh, I basically, honestly, yesterday sat around and did much of absolutely nothing. It was a nice little Father's Day. We did a little church, of course. We did a little dinner out at night, but other than that, nice and relaxing. My daughter has a gymnastics, her nationals is coming up this week.
Oh, right. Okay.
So I'll be doing the show, but from Oklahoma. And so this weekend I was like, we're going to be driving to Oklahoma. I'm going to be running around to a million things. Let's just keep this as chill as possible. And on Father's Day, it's the one time you can actually sort of implement that. You can say, you know what? Nothing on this day. Give me this day to do nothing. And so that's what I did.
Good for you.
I feel like that's the way you're supposed to do it.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Yeah. No, you don't have
it's
to.
still like, no, we're going to do this.
Yeah.
We're going to go to this house. Mm-hmm. And I want to go. I don't want to do anything. And they're like, okay, so we don't matter to you?
Oh,
and
yeah.
I go, we're going to go to a ball game and a concert.
Yeah. Okay. Oh.
That's how it works.
Yeah. No, that's fun. That's fun too. Look, Savannah Bananas, they're great, by the way.
It really is
awesome.
Cool.
Awesome, awesome company. My mom used to live very close to the stadium in Savannah. And this is before, they were popular at all.
Oh, it's like a 5,000 seater, and I saw them where the Reds play.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's really an incredible story, honestly. It's going to be a great documentary someday of how they put that together and all the stuff that they did. Okay, another documentary that might not be quite as impressive is going to be the renovations to the pool, the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. This has not gone particularly well. And honestly, so Trump wanted it to look great for the 250th anniversary. Said that they were repainting it, as he said many, many times. I know this because of my other job at Predictable. They have the mention markets, which is, a lot of times try to predict what Donald Trump's going to talk about, what are the things he's going to say. And one of them over and over again that kept appearing was American flag blue. And for a while, I just kept cashing in on this because he loved saying it. But it wasn't just blue. It had to be American flag blue.
Right.
He kept saying it over and over again because he was very proud about what he was doing here. And, look, when it first got done, it looked great, looked much better than it did before. Cost us between $12 and $15 million to do this renovation.
Right.
The left will be very, very early to tell you that this was done with a no-bid contract by somebody he apparently had some past relationship with, who came in and they emptied the entire water. The amount of water they had in there, they painted it. It was formerly like a concrete gray. They painted it that American flag blue. It looked great for a few days, but almost immediately they were out there pouring little tiny bottles of hydrogen peroxide or whatever it is, chloride, whatever it was, into the water to kill the algae that they thought was starting to form. And you knew when they were doing that almost immediately, this was not going to turn out well.
Sure.
Now,
this isn't a pool that people swim in.
No.
But the last person to be in it, I recall, was the mentally handicapped man who spotted his girlfriend, Jenny.
That's true. It's a very sweet story.
I remember. A very sweet story.
Very sweet story about how he over and over again dedicated his life to be wonderful to her, and she totally trashed his life over and over again.
Left him with the AIDS baby, and he buried her in the yard.
Yep. And then, I know, it really isn't a nice story at all.
No. It's actually the Hep C baby, but it's still.
It is the Hep C? I guess it would be.
It wasn't AIDS, or he would have got it, but people do confuse it, but it's still, she had Hep C and was like, we should make love now.
Yeah, that's true.
There's no shot for that.
Wait a minute. Now I'm thinking back at this because over and over again, he would do something incredible for her.
Right.
And then she would sleep with somebody else and or run off with drug dealers across the country and just abandon him. And then she finally came back. And
a guy who would hit her and then blame it on the president?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then come back to him and he'd be like, oh, you're great, Jenny. Yeah. And then the big nice moment is him coming back, or her coming back and sleeping with him one time, which again, I mean, for his own, he didn't last a very long time, but I feel like it's excused. No. It's an excused absence. So it's a big build up to that one. I really can't fault the guy there. So that goes over as well as you'd think it will, and then she just abandons again, right? Doesn't she leave again?
Well, yes, she leaves again, but she goes, well, she dies, but she goes, what's his name? And he goes, what's his name? And she goes, his name's Forrest, like his dad. And he's like, oh, he's got a baby name, or he's got a daddy named Forrest too. And that's the only DNA test he needs.
Yes.
Even though she's been with everyone.
Literally the entire population. And we're supposed to be excited about this in some way. Okay, that's really a sidebar, but I will say that is the last time I remember someone getting into the reflecting pool.
And he buries her in the yard.
He does. That's
like a golden retriever.
True. It's true. It's really not a pleasant story. This man's achieves incredible things throughout his life, and he can't get the one girl he wants until she has Hep C.
Correct.
The end.
It's really not the best movie in hindsight.
It's an interesting story. Really, that should be the way that they just summarize these movies,
Yeah, it's really about a special needs man who becomes very rich on accident.
Yes, over and over again.
Yes, and gives a legless man magic shoes, who marries an Asian woman who looks like half the people he killed during the war. It's quite something.
You're going to be apologizing again for Long Duck Dong if you keep going down this track.
Well, that one's right. I don't know if she's Vietnamese or not. It's weird that he walks up with her. He's like, look, I got one. I finally got my token. And this one's not just a necklace of ears.
Oh my God.
So, just saying.
That might have broken the record for darkest reference. Maybe. Although we've we've gone pretty dark before.
We have.
Okay, so all of this to say, now that we're this far into the segment, let me give you the first headline that we're supposed to get to. Trump says vandals used chemicals to damage newly renovated reflecting pool near Lincoln Memorial. Now, Trump said it was going to last 50 to 100 years, these things. It has not even lasted, these fixes, 50 to 100 days, Dave. Really, it's just been a few weeks. And the paint's starting to peel up and the algae's back. And I don't know. I mean, this is not a pool that's designed to probably look this way. It was a quick turnaround. It had kind of looked crappy the entire time I've ever known it.
Yeah, there were a lot of Clinton associates in there. I mean, it was never clean.
It's a little bumpy for a reflecting pool as you walk through it.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if Jenny was running and she just tripped over a dead body.
Yeah, she's just
at some point.
kind of walking on water for some reason.
Trump truthed this. He said the United States Park Police have arrested multiple individuals for vandalizing our nation's magnificent reflecting pool. Who would do such a thing? These are very serious crimes having to do with the destruction of national monuments. Years in jail. Work will begin immediately on its repair, President DJT. Let me ask you this. And look, I think we would both say similar things. I don't want to put words in your mouth here.
Right.
But I think Donald Trump's done some really good things. And there's parts of his presidency I'm really happy with, right?
Sure.
Secondarily, let me ask you a question. Do you believe that it was vandals that caused the algae and the paint to rip up?
It could have been. That's the problem, though. It could have been because they would.
Right, they would. I would not put it past them at all.
That's why it's teamwork makes the dream work. It could have been both, though.
Right. It could have easily been both.
So it's tough to say. It could have easily just been the fact that he threw it together in the last second, and it could have also been that they immediately ran up and dumped stuff in it because there are videos of people doing that.
It is believable.
It is
that they would attempt this. I don't know that I believe they're smart enough to figure out how to do it this well, frankly. Whole thing's out. It's 100% algae in a week, and all of the paint is ripping up from the bottom.
It's not urine in Austin Metcalf's grave. That they could figure out.
Very
quickly.
Very, very
If you're
well.
offended, I think it's evil that people are doing that. I'm just pointing out that that's usually what the left does, is something horrific and very easy.
They're very horrible in every single way.
So if they were peeing in it, I would go, that's more par for the course. If it was $14 million spent frivolously,
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like probably this was going to happen whether there was vandalism or not. It seems to me that they're sort of retroactively going after people that are taking big pieces of paint that are peeling off, and they're coming in and taking them off, and they're saying, "Hey, you're not allowed to do that." Which of course you're not. It's not a good idea to go into the reflecting pool and pull off pieces of paint for memorabilia. That being said, that's not the issue. The issue isn't that there's a 2-foot piece of paint somewhere, or that they said, because they're really talking about felony warning issued as arrests reported at Reflecting Pool. It's a cyclist, one of the guys. He was a former Olympian. He said he went there, didn't destroy or break or peel anything, but he was seen with his hands in the water doing something. But again, it's a big pool, Dave. It's it doesn't seem like just walking up there for a couple seconds, putting your hands or really anything in that water would do what's happened here. It's just a scientific issue, right? It's narrow. It's water that is shallow. It's hot. These things just are going to happen. It's just because he made such a big deal about it lasting 50 to 100 years, and then the paint's peeling. I guess this is why the left is so fascinated by it.
But why would a cyclist want to put his hands in there?
I heard him.
I don't believe
his
him.
excuse. Yeah, let's see.
He doesn't want. There's a lot of chemicals in there. You don't want to get ball cancer like the most famous cyclist.
I mean, those seats.
Actually, maybe you do. He did win the
He's very
French gay bikeathon. I don't remember what it's called.
No, that's what it's called.
Is that what it is?
The
I
French
thought I got
gay
it right.
Bikeathon. Yeah.
What's his name?
Lance Armstrong.
Lance Armstrong.
Yeah. He won the
Lance
French gay
Armstrong.
bikeathon thing a couple times. He says
the Tour de France. Sorry, I really couldn't remember Tour de France, so I just thought gay bikeathon. And you,
I assumed you did that for laughs. You just really couldn't remember Tour de France.
Couldn't remember, but gay bikeathon doesn't seem that different.
I actually think it sounds more straight than
it does,
the Tour
doesn't
de France. I feel like if you were like,
welcome to the French tour gay bike-a-thon.
I think if you came back from like an overseas trip and you're in college age and you come back to your parents, you're like, Mom, I went to the gay bike-a-thon in France. They'd be like, oh, that's nice, dear.
Nice.
But
Did
if
you get a baguette?
But if you came back and said, Mom, I went to the Tour de France, she's like, are you gay? Like, I think they'd know right away.
Yeah.
If you went to the gay bike-a-thon, I think they'd be like, oh, that's just
They'd be like, that probably just happened around you in France.
Right.
But if you went to the Tour de France, they'd be like, I didn't know that you and Jerry were so close. Yes. Your dorm mate.
Okay. Here's the guy. His last name is Hearn. And I know Olympic cycling well enough to know his first name. I just feel like that would be too much information for you right now. That's why I did include it.
Oh.
David Hearn.
Oh.
David Hearn. In an interview Saturday, Hearn, now 67, denied damaging government property, said he had never touched a hose.
Yeah, he is.
Again, after the Tour de France or the gay bike-a-thon, you think maybe he has.
All he does is touch hoses.
He acknowledged that his bike tire may have touched one of the hoses.
Oh, please.
He says, I didn't vandalize anything. I didn't destroy or break or peel anything. By the time I realized what was going on, I was being put in handcuffs. He said also, described his actions, he said, I reached in there. I was able to grab the end of that flapping piece, the already peeling piece. It was still attached to the bottom. I didn't remove anything.
So he gave it a reach around and grabbed a flapping piece.
But he says he didn't touch the hose, which seems unlikely.
He didn't touch the hose, but he was immediately put in cuffs. So this guy likes to go to parks and just grab random things, and he's wondering why he's in cuffs.
It usually doesn't lead to good outcomes, as we've seen many times in the past.
This guy, sometimes an income.
Mm-hmm. Stephen King is involved in the story as well, thank God. Stephen King slams Donald Trump over reflecting pool vandalism comments. He says, nobody's vandalizing the reflecting pool, and Trump knows it. This is a visible example of his corruption, a no-bid contract to some crony followed by sky-high cost overruns and shoddy construction to boot. Classic Trump. I didn't F up. It was my enemies.
Stephen King's idea of cleaning the reflecting pool would be having junior high school students have an orgy in it.
Yeah.
It really would be.
He's a weirdo.
Absolutely, yeah. He's a guy who doesn't like Stanley Kubrick's version of his movie, so it's not exactly surprising. He doesn't realize what beauty is.
Mm-mm. Oh wow, that was film school Dave right there.
That was film school
Dave. I gotta say.
And again, I'm sorry to the Dong family.
I'm glad you reminded, because people were still upset about this. I will say they're very upset at not only, some people are upset about the algae and the fact that the algae is broken out in this pool. Yeah. On the other side, there are people upset at those trying to kill the algae to make the pool look American flag blue again. We're talking about, yes, they exist, pro-algae eco-activists. They oppose the cleanup of the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. We have them on video here, Dave, talking about their incredibly heartfelt convictions on algae. Here's that situation.
Let's go, algae, let's go! Let's go, algae, let's go! Let's go, algae, let's go!
We really should just disconnect the life support on this nation.
We should. Is this... Wow. Punk has really fallen off.
It really has. Got a little too commercial, and now it's pro-algae.
Yeah, it's really awful. It's just, oh, God.
It's idiotic. Of course, you're never surprised to see a leftist root against the country, right? Like, that's never going to surprise me. It's what so many of them actually believe, even if they don't admit it. But I don't know that I've ever heard of anyone cheering on algae before. Is that a long-standing thing, or?
I don't know. I'm cheering on them face down in water. If that helps. Please welcome pond scum.
Yeah.
Come on, everybody.
It's a weird thing to dedicate yourself to go. Now, look, they're just looking for attention, I suppose. And they just want, I don't know. Is this an actual eco movement, or is this just they want bad things to happen to Donald Trump? Because that's really you could summarize the entire left with just that.
Is it a slow day? I think it's a slow day.
Slow day.
You don't know exactly what to protest that day.
Right.
And you're like, man, Juneteenth we didn't have anything that day.
Right.
Boy, if there's algae growing, let's go cheer on algae.
And not to mention, like, it was easy to just talk about Trump being too associated with the Jews, but lately he's been kind of like maybe backing off of that a little bit and being a little bit more helping out with this deal a little bit with Iran. So maybe now it's harder to say that he's too associated with the Jews. You got to go one direction. You just look, I guess, algae's the next.
Well, yeah, they don't know if they can call him a Nazi or Semitic. It's
right.
really confusing for them.
Very confusing.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's hard. Sometimes we don't think about how difficult it must be to be a leftist and just be out there every single day, not working, not having an income, and coming up with a new thing to protest.
And complaining about everything.
Every
and actually having no answer for any of it.
No, none of it. None of it. Just make it worse. Implement communism so 100 million people die. That's apparently their solution. And then there's times where it seems like a great one.
I'm a pro-LG activist. Please do go on.
Yes. Please tell me you brought a pamphlet.
Tell me more.
Where are your pamphlets? Please tell me they're not all given away.
Tell me, where can I invest?
They're actually.
You'll notice I'm loading a handgun. That's for me.
By the way, algae is a big thing on the left because it helps soak up the carbon dioxide, CO2 in the atmosphere, supposedly as well or even better than trees. So there are plans on the left to create massive farms of algae.
Is it true?
To sweep the air of all of the CO2.
Well, that's good, because according to Al Gore, as we learned on Thursday, there's the equivalent of 800,000 nukes going off every day.
Every day.
Which the only way you could test is by launching 800,000 nukes.
Right. Which we don't even have.
We seem to be very afraid of launching one, but apparently there's 800,000 daily going off just by driving cars.
Kind of makes it feel like, honestly, it makes me not that scared about nuclear weapons anymore. It seems great.
It seems fine. It
seems great.
It seems like if they release one, that would be 799,999 less than we deal with on a daily basis.
Right. So what could possibly go wrong? All right. Well, we have, by the way, that's the big story. The freaking pool.
Everyone.
It's like, it just makes me want to die. It's like, it's such a terrible, we live in a very weird cycle. So for some reason, we're forced to talk about like what I have, like it's that conversation. I don't know if you have a pool, Michigan, Dave, cold a good chunk of the year, but like down here in Texas, everyone's got pools.
I have a neighbor with an above ground and neighbor with an underground, so we know who's doing better.
That's a big thing. But when every once in a while, you'll be... Every once in a while, you'll be home, and the pool guy will show up, and he'll be doing his thing.
We do have a pool guy who comes all the time when I'm here in Texas.
In Texas?
Yeah,
it comes to your house, but you don't have a pool.
I just have a front ring doorbell. I see him get out.
Oh,
very built man.
Really? Mm-hmm. That's good. Well, maybe he's going to be digging the hole for the pool eventually.
I guess that's what he's doing. There's no hole. Well, I don't know. I guess there's three in the house. Who knows?
Thank you for the exact number. I appreciate you supplying that.
Sure do pay him a lot.
So every once in a while, you'll go out to the back of your house, and
I think he's Guatemalan.
There might be something to think about, a little bit more detail off the air that we should discuss on this particular issue, Dave.
I'm not a detective.
But when you have a conversation with your pool guy, you almost immediately want it to end. Because it's something about like water purity and the chemicals they're putting into it, and they try to explain it to you, and your mind is immediately blank, and you just want to exit the situation as quickly as possible, which I assume that's what it feels like watching the show today. Why are these idiots talking about algae in a pool? Mainly to just make fun of the left and the pro-algae activists. So that's why we brought that to you.
It's actually a very white, upper crust Jewish neighborhood in Detroit. Where a guy's kids rented the pool out to, I'll just say it, we'll call them about 100 black people. Okay. And it ended up making the news due to the amount of damage done to the neighborhood and the topless people in the pool. It's a great story if you want to look it up.
We maybe need to revisit that one.
Quite funny.
Sounds like fun. Okay.
They're trying to not look racist while they're explaining it to the police. Meanwhile, they're talking to the pool guys like, "Can you get weaves out of an air filter?"
Good God.
It's just hysterical to me.
We got to take a break. We're going to have no other time to talk about anything else. One thing that I know, like unlike that story that we really want to revisit, a story you don't want to revisit at all is probably the COVID era. Everyone wants to forget about it, but maybe that's not a good idea. Tulsi Gabbard was trying to make sure that that didn't happen, talking about Dr. Fauci. We'll talk about that next.
Now, in support of President Trump's maximum transparency mandate, today, on my final day as Director of National Intelligence, I'm releasing never-before-seen communications and documents that expose exactly how Fauci worked with politicized career leadership in the intelligence community to suppress the truth about his actions, the virus's lab leak origins, and his role in directing U.S. funding for this dangerous research that caused immeasurable harm and countless lost lives.
It's Tulsi Gabbard on her last day in office. Gabbard spotlights Fauci, COVID origin questions, and final act as intelligence chief amid succession fight. Really kind of interesting. I mean, let go of thousands of documents that people hadn't seen before. I don't know that we learned necessarily a ton of new things, but I think some of those things that we did already know were maybe codified a little bit by all these documents.
Yeah, I think for you and I, it's basically like getting advice from someone that we gave the same advice to 6 years ago. And you go, yeah, I know. I told you this. But yeah, I guess the main thing that was lost on me was when she called the leak unintentional during an election year. That's like, unintentionally faking the moon landing, except he really killed a bunch of people.
So your view is that this was an intentional leak to affect the year, or at least your suspicion maybe is?
He was working on a disease, it got out, and he just happened to be working on a vaccine for this disease. Right. I don't know, it seems mighty suspicious.
The whole thing is very, very strange, for sure.
For a guy, I don't know, if he wasn't the kind of guy who liked to cut the vocal cords out of beagles so they wouldn't scream as he tortured them, I might think higher of him.
I mean, this isn't even, I will say what you just said, not even really an anti-Fauci thing. It's a pro-beagle thing.
It is a pro-beagle.
We're pro-beagle on this program. That is one of the fundamental precepts of this show.
Oh, he's hurt more beagles than ticks, than anything. He's killed so many beagles.
And the worst part about this, and I like to torture the audience with this one little fact, is the reason they use beagles in this research is because they're so loyal that they never will question what you're doing with them. Is the saddest thing in the world.
And I've had a beagle.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And I hate Fauci with a passion.
Yeah.
Hate. And I don't use that word. Actually, I use it all the time because I don't like people at all. I like some people. I like you, the viewers of this show, unless you're watching it and your media matters. But other than that.
Or you're torturing beagles.
Or you've ever hurt a dog or an animal.
And that's a little, I will say, a little bit redundant with the media matters thing because they're all at home torturing beagles constantly.
That's what they do. I've read articles about it. So I don't know. They're the ones that write them, though, called We Like Torturing Beagles.
Yes. Just a weird public stance to take, but
it's them. Look, they like doing what they do.
And look, everyone's got different interests. Everyone's got a different kink, I suppose.
I just
happens to be torturing beagles during sex. That's just, it's their thing.
Bringing the beagle to hurt. It's my Viagra. Comes in a package. Like Blue Chew.
There you go. I like that.
No, I think, I'm getting kind of bothered by the fact that nobody is being arrested or this isn't being looked into the point that, because
I'm pretty skeptical on the arrest thing with this stuff.
I realize it's for science, but I think you should be. I feel like there has got to be some proof somewhere that proves that this was on purpose.
I think too, and I will say particularly,
and of course it's a theory for the sake of YouTube or whatever.
Yeah, I think we're okay on that. But I think it's hard to legally get to a conclusion that where all this stuff is proven that there was ill intent, right? Like, I think that's going to always be a tough line to get to. The other part of this, though, is him covering it up, him going back and forth on emails saying, basically outing himself, him and his associates outing themselves that they were hiding this stuff at the time, that should be actionable. That being said, I mean, Biden pardoned the guy. So, I mean, it's going to be really tough to figure out, how you're going to wind up putting him in jail for. I mean, I guess you could argue maybe some sort of state charge, but I don't know how that's ever going to get pulled off.
But he also knowingly created those arbitrary laws. That's also stated in emails that he had to, come in and testify to the fact that none of that was real.
Yeah.
The 6 feet law, all that stuff. I mean, I knew it wasn't real because it was bonkers and made no sense at the time.
Right.
But, the masking that people still do, everything that he did, it was all for show. So
he even said don't do the masking thing at the beginning. I mean, we're rehashing now COVID.
That's true. I mean, yeah, there was part of that, yeah.
It is the whole thing from the beginning to end was crazy, and they handled it terribly, and they did massive, massive damage to people's trust in institutions, right? Like that is...
You'll never get it back, ever.
I don't think you will.
No.
If they were going to have another, big virus like this, something that could actually happen, right? Like that is a legitimate thing that could occur. No one's going to trust a word they say.
No,
and that is that's his legacy. I hope he's proud of it, and also killing beagles.
And AIDS patients galore.
Right there.
Yeah. Those are the things he's known for: COVID, the AZT cocktail that killed way more people than it helped, and the pile of dead beagles that he makes every day, like coffee.
But other than that, everything went pretty well.
Yeah, other than that, it was good.
It went really well. Okay, I want to tell you how well.
Swimmingly.
Another thing that went really, really well was a reporter's effort to text a politician a picture of Shrek naked. We'll tell you that story next. So a left-wing journalist, his name is Donald D.J. Burns.
Oh,
a spicy journalist.
Yes.
Also known as some people are calling him a leftist blogger. So, I mean, I don't know. That may explain some of these activities.
Journalist is in quotes.
Yeah, the air quotes. He decided, so there's a Republican politician that dropped out of this race, withdrew from a state race, and I guess this guy really didn't like the Republican politician. So he did what I think is the typical thing you'd go to next, which was to text this Republican, Jerry Serino, a picture of Shrek nude pleasuring himself.
Oh.
And it says, and luckily we get to use this word yet again. This is different than the dynasty that Dave discussed earlier, but he texted this, Jerry Serino has seen Shrek's dong. Is what the...
Do we have a picture?
Do we have a picture? I don't know.
Is it blurred? We don't have a picture.
No, we don't have a picture.
I saw one earlier anyway.
Do you like it?
I just have it as my screensaver.
Okay.
No, I looked it up. It was, yeah.
Is it to scale? I don't know what size.
I've never seen his real one. Okay. This one's meaty.
Yeah, okay.
If that matters. But yeah, it's definitely the worst version of the horse's head I've ever seen.
Okay.
Yeah, it seems he wanted to be a lawmaker, but he didn't consider this might be illegal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, I think, to at least some people, maybe not everybody, but some people, you don't text, let's say, a picture like this of yourself to some unwanting female. We do find a lot of guys think this is a good approach, not a good approach. And it can be a crime, depending on where you are, I assume, and, whatever the local laws are.
Well, it's why 91%, I think, of sexually blackmailed people are men, because they do dumb stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That would make sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense. So this guy, reporter, journalist, says Jerry Serino has seen Shrek's dong. And then he said, good to see you finally make your final humiliation public, young Mussolini, is what he texted to him. The politician just wrote back, I don't know who this is, but I am certain you are a moron.
At least they guessed who it was.
I like that response, though.
It's perfect.
You're
well, didn't they text from obviously their number? They figured out who it was. So just by watching Breaking Bad that came out in 2008, I can tell you there's burner phones.
Right.
And you used your phone.
I mean, it's almost like he wanted him to know who it was, right?
Right.
Like he wanted to say, like, I'm dancing on your grave.
Right.
Or whatever the equivalent of Shrek's penis would be in that analogy.
Yeah, they don't realize it's actually illegal to do something like that because it's a phallic symbol.
Right. It's not just, you're not just being annoying, I guess. He was arrested in the scandal.
There it is.
He was charged with...
Oh, no, it's an article.
It is an article without the picture.
Without the
We
photo.
blacked out the entire photo. He was arrested in the Shrek scandal. He was spent a day in jail, was released after paying 10% of a $3,500 bail, which for mathematicians out there would be $350. They could have just put that in there. But I guess they were like, I can't figure this out. Just put 10% of the $3,500. I don't know. I don't want to deal with all the editors later on. If convicted, he could face 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine.
I feel like $350 is more than they've ever made as a writer.
Yes. If they were a leftist blogger, then certainly that's true.
Yeah, they definitely called their parents and were like, listen, I'm going to need triple what I made last year to get out of this situation. How did you get their number? It's the most I've ever accomplished.
Yeah, definitely. The best. It's funny because you get to that point where I think this stuff encompasses your life. Like and you see this online, I think, all the time. People do horrible things to each other online because it's really all they have. Their entire life is locked up. It's like, I'm going to make this point about algae being in the reflecting pool, and I'm going to make it such a burner that it's going to, this person's going to be thinking about it all day long. First of all, just think about how I always think about it this way. How badly does your opponent in this online battle own your mind if you are that excited about them thinking about your tweet? You guys might send the sassiest, best tweets ever to me. I don't even see them. I got to be honest with you. I'll occasionally check on Twitter. I like seeing your comments. Most people are really, really cool. But like, if you're going down that road of like trying to get under our skin, like, I mean, I assume you're the same way, Dave. I just don't. I can't care. I can't bring myself to care.
Oh no, it's a reality only you live in.
Yeah.
That you think you've won, that you've already lost.
Yeah,
you've lost so many times over.
Because if you are, it's like if you are letting someone else essentially dictate your actions, right? They're doing something separate from you. They have no idea you exist. And then you're online. And I've been in this, everybody's been in this moment at some point. I try to catch myself when I get into that moment because if someone's tweeting something that's pissing me off that much and I want to get back at them so much so I can just like ruin an hour of their day thinking about my horrible, mean tweet. It's not me who wins the battle there.
No, it's them.
It's them. They're controlling my freaking life. Yes. I could go going doing something fun with my family. I could go and enjoy myself. I could sit back and play a freaking stupid video game. I could watch a movie. I can do 100 different things that would be edifying to my life. And instead, I'm rooting for someone else to be annoyed for an hour. Like, that makes me pathetic.
Yes, it does. No, that's the reality of it. Is they have an argument where they win in their head and they believe that it's the reality of they believe it's reality in general. And that's the problem with the internet is it's not.
Yeah.
All you have to do is put your phone down, take a breather for 3 minutes, and you realize it's in no way the actual reality.
It really does. It resets your entire life when you do things something like that.
Yes, and if you're making a sign to help cheer on algae, you've lost at life.
You have.
There's
You're doing
no
life
winning.
wrong. Yeah.
No, there's no winning anymore.
Very true.
You've failed.
So, congratulations. You're a loser. All right, back in a second. All right, tonight on Predictable with Stu, which is a show I do about prediction markets and how they tie into the news, we're going to be previewing the election coming up tomorrow night, looking for not only what's going to happen, but also how you can maybe have a profitable position on that particular election. There's New York, there's Maryland, there's Utah, and there's one other one. I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, a lot of action going on tomorrow night, and we'll be doing live streams throughout the evening, kind of analyzing those results as they come in. So don't miss that. Go to predictableshow.com, get all the updates you need right away, predictableshow.com. Also go to davelandau.com. Many, many shows coming up. I mean, Texas, I'm looking at this list. Texas, Alabama, Missouri, Michigan, New Mexico, Hawaii, and Utah. You are everywhere, Dave.
Yes. I'm going to be Blue Note, Hawaii on August 26th. It's going to be in Honolulu, Salt Lake City, Utah, Wise Guys, September 25th, 26th. They're a little ways out, but come out to those shows.
Yeah, don't miss it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.